Hey everybody, Matt here with Big Red Liquors, and today is our first official email for the Big Red Rum Club. We're going to be doing monthly rum offerings, high-end rum, sipping rum. There's been a little bit of a rum renaissance, especially at the super premium level. Most of the rum that's sold in the U.S. is spiced rum in the form of Captain Morgan. You also have the sort of traditional light and dark in the form of Bacardi. So between Bacardi and Captain Morgan, that's most of the rum market. But people that are into brown spirits, into bourbon, into scotch are starting to read a little bit wider, starting to understand and appreciate the flavor profile of some of these rums. So we're going to kick it off with a brand that's been around for a while but kind of got reinvigorated around 2005, 2006 when they went back into the distillery in Jamaica at Worthy Park, which makes, I think it's called Bar Rum. It's the sort of the second, after Wray and Nephew, it's the second best-selling rum in Jamaica, but they have actually brought this out under their own name now, Worthy Park Single Estate Reserve. And it's a blend of some 5-year-old and up to 35-year-old rum, probably just a little bit of that. But what you're looking for in a Jamaican pot still rum, so these are Forsyth, the Scottish pot still, famous pot still producer that made the pot stills that are at Worthy Park that were installed in '05. And so what they're looking for is to keep all those congeners, all the esters, all those things that produce the flavor from the sugar cane being distilled, and then add the vanilla, toffee, caramel, and sweet notes on top of it. So that funkiness, you know, a lot of it is sort of akin to the peat in a peated Scotch whiskey. Earthy, but in a different way. It's not that sort of smoke earthiness. It's more of like a moss, forest floor, kind of desiccated, you know, leaves and sort of a muck type earthiness, rather than that more kind of ethereal and more intense in a way smokiness, which it's not. So get sort of like buttercream, like a burnt caramel, burnt toffee to go along with the tropical fruits that are here. Certainly like a ripe banana. You get a little bit of pineapple. I get like an orange curacao. I get like a Grand Marnier orange sort of liqueur aroma as well. Let's taste it. So this is bottled at 90 proof, which I think is the right call. Very similar mouthfeel to a 12, 15, 18-year-old single malt scotch. So very weighty on the palate. Certainly kind of a similar flavor profile in fruit. So if you're a whiskey drinker at all, if you like scotch, especially, I think you'll really respond to this. And unlike some of the other Jamaican pot still rums which have tasted, that funk, that earthiness is not overwhelming here. It's really balanced. And there's a brightness. There's that kind of a citrusy brightness on the mid palate that goes all the way through the finish. So this is certainly a rum that you could sip. Certainly would be really good, you know, with a big ice cube. Would be excellent with a cigar. So I'm really looking forward to trying some different and new rums and exploring that with the Big Red Rum Club. And here's our first offering, Worthy Park. Don't have many bottles of this, $69.99. But I think when you compare this pedigree and flavor profile to other spirits at that price point, this thing stands up great. So there it is, Worthy Park Single Estate Reserve. Cheers.